I want to ask a question since you brought up carnosine. Can we go into what is carnosine? We know that there's two active ingredients that it's in Lactigo. Can you give us a breakdown or what is carnosine exactly? Why is that important for us to have in our body? Do we already have it, and how important is carnosine?
Yeah, it's massively important in the human body. It is essential for our existence for so many different cellular processes. The list would be too long to cover in this call, because there are so many different ways that it interacts. Carnosine does with the human body at a cellular level. As I mentioned earlier, as an antioxidant to prevent anti-glycation end products, and the benefits of the simplicity of an antioxidant or a chelator of heavy metals or some of these things that we conceptually talk about, that have been well, you know, um, kind of flushed out in the scientific literature when it comes to carnosine. It's just super important. It's produced primarily in the skeletal muscle, and then in the cerebral spinal fluid and into the brain cavity itself. And so there are limitations in where carnosine can move and go throughout the body, but there is almost no limitation in how beneficial it can be to the body. So it's simply a matter of figuring out a way for carnosine to be an effective tool, for human movement and general health and wellness, and that's where topicals close the gap. And so, there really is, you know, there are certain things that if you were to remove them from the body, we would perish almost immediately. Carnosine would be one of them. I mean, it's that important to all the different cellular processes, and it's the only thing that we've really observed that has direct access to every cell type in the body. Extremely strong carriers through to get it through the membrane, or just direct access through those cell membranes. And so, that kind of makes it a unique player, within the human body, where it's almost like acting as if the way the immune system would, in that it can seek out things that aren't right, and in many different ways and in many different cell types, and it can impact what's happening to bring about a better state of homeostasis or a better balance within that cell, to prevent it from becoming toxic and all the things that lead to inflammation or advancing the aging process, reducing telomeres, things of that nature. Those are all the byproducts of when we have too much going on within the cells that is unmitigated. And so carnosine is very powerful in so many different ways. And as Tim mentioned, there is thousands, literally thousands of research studies published on it, in all the different areas that we're talking about.
And I'll add to what Chad said. Those of you at least that are new here may be thinking to yourselves, "Well, this sounds great, but why haven't I heard of carnosine? I'm here because somebody brought me in, or I know somebody, or maybe I tried it and I felt great, but I don't know what's going on." And the simple answer is carnosine really doesn't perform well when it's taken orally. There are a lot of challenges that oral carnosine faces. It doesn't survive to get into circulation once you go through the digestive process and it hydrolyzes. Once it breaks down to the point where it could get into the bloodstream, you've already lost most of your access to carnosine at all just through that process. And then there's an enzyme in the blood that breaks carnosine down and makes it even more difficult to get any kind of meaningful dose of carnosine when you're taking it as an oral supplement. So there certainly are research papers with oral carnosine, and thankfully those exist, because those are some of the things that let us know what some of the capabilities are. But now that we have this topical application of carnosine that faces literally none of those same challenges that you face when you try to take it orally, we can really see what the potential is, and the likelihood of us seeing some of these results that they see in a lot of the lab testing they did, where they used like dosing methods that were so high that you actually did get active amounts of carnosine. We don't have to do that with topical. We're able to get like demonstrated through skin testing, through muscle biopsy. Like we know we are delivering carnosine. Like there is absolutely no question. And now we get to witness all the things that come with being able to deliver a molecule as powerful as what Chad described.